What do you like so much about Korea that you've chosen to continue to stay here? What would make you want to leave Korea?
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Sean Pablo. Welcome to my channel. I'm from the US and I've been in Korea for 8.5 years now. Wow.
Hi there, I'm Anna and I'm from Portugal. I've been in South Korea for almost 10 years now.
Hello, my name is Sarah. I'm from the USA, New York specifically. This is my 12th year now. My 12th year in Korea.
Hey, my name is Sean. I'm from United States and I'm 23 years old. I've been here about 2.5 years so far.
Hi, I'm George and I'm from the UK. I've lived here for about 7 years.
So what originally brought you to Korea?
It's a bit complicated, but I was married at the time due to my religion. My then husband is Korean, so that's why, yeah, I came here.
Originally, I came here as an English teacher and I lived and taught English for 1 year in a city called Chungju in Chungcheongbuk-do. During that time, I started learning Korean and I originally planned to go back to the United States after 1 year, but I wanted to continue to learn Korean. So I came to Seoul and I went to Seogang University, the language school, to learn more Korean, and eventually I started a YouTube channel and here we are today.
I wanted to, explore other cultures, Korea, Japan, and on top of that I was very interested in technology, medicine. I wanted to join those two dreams and I ended up coming here and studying in the field of science, biomedical engineering, because it's pretty good to do research here and study.
I'm an athlete, I'm a fencer. I came here to train 5 years ago and when I came here 5 years ago I really appreciated the culture, the people. I was kind of moved and mesmerized by something like this new experience that I've had for the first time in my life. So from then on I decided to learn Korean.
Originally I just came here for a gap year and I thought it would just be a year. And then that turned into 2 years and then that turned into 4 years. And here I am 7 years later.
What do you like so much about Korea that you've chosen to continue to stay here?
I don't think in America they have that concept of 챙겨준다, like you're taking care of other people, not even just your family, other friends inside your circle or your relationships. When a friend meets you, oh, you look so tired, what's going on? Oh, if you have any time, 고기 사줄게. Your friends feel more like your family here.
I just have such an amazing community here. I have so many friends here, business connections. As you know, I'm running a YouTube channel and many of my subscribers are from and live in South Korea. My girlfriend is from and lives here. It's funny because I came to South Korea almost immediately after graduating from university in the United States. And so I don't really know how to live life as an adult in the US. I would have to learn all of that again if I went back to the US.
I really like the fact that sometimes when I can just go to a coffee shop and just leave all my stuff on the table, go to the bathroom, come back and everything's still there. If I ever got sick or if I ever got into an accident, it's very, very affordable to get medical care. In the States, it's so expensive.
In my case, I found that the academic field here is quite good. And when it comes to that, I have found that I've had good opportunities. I have found that funding has been good as well. I have been able to travel more than if I were to, for example, stay in Europe for conferences and such.
I think the people are very friendly. I feel very welcomed whenever I'm here. I think it's very safe. I never fear for my life when I'm walking down a dark alleyway in the middle of the night. Or I don't think I'm going to get robbed, which is nice.
Do you feel that way where you're from in the UK?
Yeah, maybe in some parts of London if I've been going out for late at night and I'm on my own.
What would make you want to leave Korea?
The housing price is, I would say, is quite expensive. It's not very easy to find a good place for a reasonable price. I would also say that the fact that Korea is still a rather homogeneous kind of culture contributes to that a little bit. We don't have as much freedom, so you would have to work very, very, very hard for a specific type of visa, even if you've been here many years. A lot of people really love Korean food. In my opinion, I don't really match well with it, so that's one aspect of it.
Perhaps just the pollution sometimes, if I were to have kids here, would perhaps concern me.
Honestly, I never really had the thought to leave, actually. If I really had to go, I would say maybe like if things with North Korea got really, really intense. I think that would probably be the only reason why I would leave, like a possible war. First, I would of course think of my daughter, and her safety. So if they're asking Americans to evacuate, yeah, I would want to take my daughter and my partner with me to the States. That's the only thing I can think about.
A lot of pressure to conform, a lot of pressure to compete as well. You know, it's a small country, a lot of people, not many positions and maybe companies. I know especially because I fence here as an athlete, it's kind of hard to adjust to that, you know, mindset of competition. Like maybe when you're signing up for classes in school, they'll have everyone like connect to the server at the same time. You probably have a 25% chance of getting all the classes that you want because there's so many people trying to do it at the same time. It feels like a useless competition, you know, and I think that kind of puts a lot of mental stress on you when you're living here for the long term.
I might want to spend more time with my parents, particularly as time goes by. It sounds quite morbid, but as time goes by, you know, they won't have as much time left. So I'd probably want to be in the UK, you know, at that time, I imagine. So like in the last like 10 years or something. So yeah, I think it would have to be to do with family.
시간 있을 때 뭐 하는 걸 좋아하세요?
요즘에 시간 있을 때 게임 많이 해요. 예를 들어서 그 스위치 게임, 그 스카이림 그런 거 많이 해요. 근데 가끔씩 시간이 될 때 뭐 영화도 보고 넷플릭스 여러 가지 리얼리티 쇼 그런 거 많이 보고 뭐 그림 그리는 거 그것도 많이 하고.
저 시간 있을 때 보드게임 하는 게 좋아해요. 보드게임 오타쿠거든요. 그래서 친구들이랑 같이 보드게임 하고 그리고 저 최근에 한국어판도 사서 이제 그런 보드게임 통해서 이제 한국어 실력 향상시키려고 하는 거예요.
시간 있을 때는 운동하는 것도 좋아하고 친구들과 온라인 컴퓨터 게임 하는 것도 좋아하고 당연히 주말에 여자친구랑 뭐 맛집에 먹으러 가는 것도 좋아하는데 솔직히 요즘 뭐 하고 싶은 일이 너무 많아가지고 요즘 쉬는 시간이 그렇게 많지는 않으니까 이거 답하기 좀 어렵네요.
요즘에 카페 가는 게 진짜 좋아해요. 시그니처 커피 아니면 시그니처 음료 시키고 거기서 먹고 진짜 좋아요.
뭐 요즘 시간이 없는 것 같아. 생각해보니까 시간이 많이 없는 것 같고 근데 굳이 말하자면 뭐 아까 얘기했듯이 친구랑 만나서 간단하게 소박하게 소주 한 잔 한다든지.
Favorite Korean slang?
Favorite Korean slang. 킹 받는다. 킹 받아.
Favorite Korean food?
대창인 것 같아요.
Favorite place to hang out?
There's like an island called Nodersheom. The view is nice. There's cafes, a lot of stuff to do, and there's not many people.
Favorite Korean celebrity?
One is Hwang Jung-min, and the other is Im Chang-jung. If I'm in a bad mood, I'll watch their movies and I'll be able to laugh a little.
My favorite Korean slang these days is 똥 강아지. I think it's so funny, it's so cute. Favorite Korean food, there's so many. I think I always love to eat 조개구이 next to the beach in Busan, in Gwangalli. I have a favorite restaurant there. It's just wonderful. Favorite place to hang out? Honestly, I gotta say the Han River. It's really fun to go there, bring some board games, get some beer, order a pizza, order some chicken on a nice summer day. Favorite Korean celebrity? I really like Choi Min-sik. I saw the movie 악마를 보았다, and I'm just blown away by his acting. I know him from Oldboy and from other movies like 신세계. He's just such an incredible actor.
I like Cole. Cole is very simple to the point. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds great. Call. Summertime, I really love naengmyeon. In winter, I really like hotdog. These days at home, yeah, you can see here I have a home bar all set up. I don't really need to go anywhere. Oh, actually, I like Pak Nare. She's a comedian. She's pretty funny. She's got a couple specials on Netflix.
I like Leeds 시절, your golden years, because it relates to Leeds Football Club, which is really odd, but also very interesting because there was a player called Alan Smith and he had his golden years at Leeds Football Club. So now when Koreans talk about their golden years, they say Leeds 시절. I said this before, but I really like the broth in Korea, so probably gamjatang, somewhere near the Han River, just to have chicken and beer. I really like Kim Kwang-seok, the folk singer. He's just a legend, yeah.
My favorite Korean slang is actually, it's not necessarily a slang, so I say 딱 맞아. For some reason, I really like how it sounds. It makes a lot of sense for a lot of situations. There's not much, but if I were to point one, I would say 설렁탕. I actually really like Hongdae. I really enjoy hanging out in Hongdae. Kim Jae-jung. He was like my favorite idol. You know from 동방시기? I know it's so old, but if you're seeing this Jae-jung, I went to your concert in Barcelona and I said hi to you. You did this to me, so we're good. Yeah, he's my friend. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, see ya.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I'm Sean Pablo. I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, if you're interested in me and my channel and you want to get updates if I do anything exciting, definitely sign up for my email list. I'll link it down below. Whenever I do anything exciting, an event, a class, some kind of new project, I will let you know, I will email you. So if you're interested, follow me, join my email list. Again, it's down below. All right, everyone, thanks again for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.